Terry from Heroic Sport, welcome to the channel. In today's video I'm going to talk about balancing the direction of the swings when it comes to Indian clubs. So inside swings, outside swings, this kind of stuff. Let's get into it. So how important is it to balance the direction of your swings when you're swinging a single club? It'd be one-handed or two-handed. So we're talking about the same number of repetitions in each direction with the same weight. How really does it matter? Okay, so first, for those who are a bit new to this type of training, a circle's got two directions. Okay, we can do a circle that crosses the midline, and we've got a circle that goes away from the midline. Okay, so the midline, when you cross the midline, think arm wrestling. Okay, think throwing something heavy like a spear or an axe. Okay, and when you're going away from the midline, think that you're actually throwing like a dart. You know, so it's a light implement. It's a fine motoric. Nobody attacks with a sword, another one, you know, by going away from the body. Okay, very rare instances. So if we look at the traditional use of club swing that's been evolving over thousands of years and that's developed for warriors, most of their training is based on the inner circle. Okay, that we're talking about the Indian akara, where they swing the gada, where they swing the clubs, or we're talking about the Persian zurkane. Most of the circles, you know, most of the training when it comes to club swinging is based on inner circles, and it makes good sense. Now, when we talk about lighter clubs, British invention of the 1800s, then you'll see a lot of figures going away from the body. Okay, so it's a lighter implement. Okay, fencing, a lighter sword away from the body, big heavy swords across the body. So you got to keep that in mind. So where am I going with this? Is that actually you're probably overthinking it. Okay, sure, on the whole, you know, if the only thing you're training with are clubs, if you're not doing any body weight training, not using barbells, kettlebells, sandbags, or whatever else, then it might be a good idea to more or less try to balance the inner and the outer swings. Okay? Personally, I don't do that. I mostly concentrate on the inner swings. I'm not saying I'm never doing the outer swing with a heavy club. I am. But I'm not trying to keep the proportions the same every single time I work out. About only 10 years ago, they were saying you should do double the amount of pulling that you're doing to the pushing. Okay? Actually, there's not much science behind it. Sure, if you've got issues and you're spending a lot of time like this and, you know, these muscles are tight, doing more pressing is going to exacerbate the problem. Okay? So you'll do well to do some pulling movements. So you can sort of like use that as well for your club swinging practice. So you should be able to do the circles as smoothly and efficiently in both directions. There's no doubt about it. Okay? Any type of swings that you do in one direction, you should be able to do it on both sides in both directions. That's the end. So from the skill perspective, it's important to do it. From the actual training perspective, I don't think it's that much of a deal. So, you know, again, your body will probably let you know if you start to feel restrictions, if you start to feel overload, you know, with a particular movement, then of course you should balance it. But you can't balance every aspect of your training, okay? You're holding on to a club. Let's say you train for 10, 15 minutes. Are you then going to work on opening your hand for 10 or 15 minutes? Okay, so keep that. Balance is in symmetry, it's a very nice concept, but in the real life, it doesn't necessarily apply. So keep every type of advice like that, you know, with a grain of salt, that you should always do this or do that a certain way. There's no real way. You have to find out what's best for yourself. So leave us in the comment, what do you think? What do you do, maybe? And if you've got any questions or subjects that you'd like us to talk about next time. Catch you later.